I wanted to indicate to colleagues that we are in a journey towards allowing the MEC to pronounce to the people of the province that come 2025, we are going to be admitting our grade R1 and 8 in the system that we're talking about here. But I'm sharing with you, and especially those colleagues who could not be part of the meeting when we were hosted by uMlazi district. Most of you were part of the meeting at Parkside, and one of the resolutions that we took at Parkside was that we are going to continue in this journey. We call this journey an advocacy journey. We, uMxolisi, advised the meeting when we were there that the colleagues in circuit management in the main and colleagues in governance and management in the districts that are targeted have been inundated with issues and have been able to demonstrate that they can deal with issues of learner admissions. And we can learn a lot from those colleagues. And specifically the reason of this meeting today is for us to learn a lot from yourself, colleagues. I'm by no means indicating and you, Lucky, you were not supposed to take us through our presentations. But the expectation in my small mind today is to get more information from the colleagues. And specifically when we deal with issues of criteria. When you look at the system as presented by the two colleagues I have mentioned, there are matters that we need to put into the system that are dealing with the issues of criteria. And as advised in that meeting, then we are here today so that we are guided by ourselves. And mainly because it is the system that will affect in the areas where we operate. uMncwabe in the meeting, he was using himself as being responsible for PMB Central, and we are also noting that there are colleagues, I'm not sure who came after you, being responsible for Durban Central and also areas around Pinetown. And those are the areas where we mostly deal with areas of or issues of learner admissions. During the presentation, Utantra colleagues was making reference to the involvement of the former Minister of Education. We can now formally declare that she is the former after last night, Angie, who visited Durban Central offices and found queues of parents who were waiting for their own children to be admitted. But let us then agree that those parents were not there only for grade 1 and grade 8. The system we are talking about is targeting grade 1 and grade 8 for now, with an inclusion of grade I later on. So let us ask ourselves a question. When we deal and introduce this system, are we solving the problem, or are we likely to have those queues in the areas that I've spoken about? Because those queues, in my observation, are not only the parents that are interested in grade 1 and grade 8, but are the parents that, when you listen to them, they will tell you a story. No, the child was staying at uMzimkhulu with a granny, and a granny has since passed on and now is relocating, and we are interested in having the child here because the granny is no longer around. So that will affect grades across the spectrum. It will include your grade 7, your grade 6, whatever grades. Up to last year, we had to deploy Pinetown and Eric back to Durban Central. And they also went to Pinetown. These are the issues we normally grapple with. And normally, the people who normally deal with those issues are colleagues in this hall. And mainly we want to learn from you, how do you do it? So that when we come back with the system, one, it should be the system that, one, you are aware of. Two, it is the system that we have been able to have input on And also, if there are risks and challenges around the system, it is you who must tell us that these are the challenges that we can foresee because we are responsible for learner admissions where we come from. But as part of my presentation, colleagues, I also need to applaud you for the good work that you are doing. As this province, colleagues, we are not found on the news with long queues. It was only, which year, 2019. 2019. We have been short term. Mangifika lapha ngifika usekhumule noThayi abazali sebashode duze. So we can't work like this. So uyangixoxela ukuthi no basuke bamcasula. No, it's fine. But let us create systems. The systems that you are having, colleagues, I can tell you they are working. I used to say to MECs, where the former MEC, and I was also doing a presentation with the new MEC, we don't have challenges of learner admission in this province. That is why he was asking, province TV. I know. TV has it for wrong reasons. If, as an MEC, is going to face the public with this kind of a system, he should know what challenges are likely to come up with the introduction of the system. As a response for the Western Cape, I was saying to him, the system that the Western Cape are using is not similar to the system that we are introducing. Equally, Gauteng, in terms of their system, is not up to the scratch and up to 11 where we are talking about our own system. Fair enough, when we meet yourselves, we need to ask ourselves, ask each other those questions. Yini le yenza ukuthi iGauteng ihlale njalo iseyindabeni, yini lena yenza ukuthi iWestern Cape ihlale njalo iseyindabeni. Tina, up to now we're using a manual system with a directorate at head office, with this gentleman as a director, with one CES and one DCES. But when we receive a query, we can resolve a query within 24 hours. Colleagues will come back to me, no Nzima, that learner is in the classroom. Or we are now dealing with strange issues. We resolve the issue, we identify a space for a child, and a parent says, I am not interested in that school, I want this particular school. And what is interesting, it is a parent who has failed to secure the space for the child in the first place. But when we do, as a system, as guided by the constitution of this country, then the learner has the audacity of giving us that, no, I don't want this school, I want this school. So I'm making these comments, colleagues, so that at least you understand why you are here and what is the expectation in this meeting. Specifically in this meeting, we've got colleagues from circuit management and colleagues from governance and management, because these are the colleagues who are doing this kind of work during the beginning of the year. But it was 2019 time when we dealt with a new phenomenon of schools outside of the city center also having a similar problem. I remember we had to travel with yourself up to Ilembe district with a school on the other side of Stema. What school was that? It is Tugela High School. They had a similar challenge of learner admissions. We had to travel to the other side of Durban, to Imbumbulu, to Ilovu part, and we had to force the opening of a very new school that side, because we had a stampede of learners and parents wanting their children to be admitted. We also had to go to Pinetown district around Gateway. There is a new settlement. I'm not sure whether I'm remembering the settlement correctly, if it's Konopia, but around that area, around Inanda, Sesinento and Amanje, of our schools having problems of being full in those kind of spaces. And I repeat, it is not the problem of grade 1 and grade 8. It is the problem of all grades across. So I'm making these comments as a way of greeting you colleagues, but also as a way of saying this is where we also need to focus as this collective. The interest is when we meet the task team, we must say to them, we met you today and this is what you are advising us on, especially on the system, so that the task team can then redo their strategy so that when they meet the service provider, then we must be able to improve the system that we are